Slashing its way to number 2 is the legendary 8th-circle Mage Reborn. Master Wizard Henry Morris gets backstabbed by a corrupt king and beheaded, but death won't stop his quest for justice. Moments later, Henry awakens reborn into a whole new body, albeit that of a talentless nobody. Undeterred, he sets out to regain his mystical mojo and resume his rightful place among the Magi elite. Henry must brave the treacherous demon forest, battling hellish monsters as training to reclaim his supreme sorcery. It's an arduous path back to the top, but Henry proves his previous magical grandeur was no fluke. Jaw-dropping displays of telekinesis, elemental mastery, and reality-warping mayhem punctuate Henry's raging road to redemption. Sure, the early art's a bit janky, but the magic more than compensates with explosive awesomeness. If you crave no-holds-barred mystical chaos, 8th-circle Mage Reborn conjures up an obsessively binge-worthy journey of sweet revenge.
Next is we have Earth Captain School Life. Earth Captain School Life is about the Earth's most powerful being who is straight up addicted to fighting. He ends up in the body of a high schooler just to get his fix of some real action and thrills again. Meanwhile, there is the Earth's guardian who has been sealed by other gods but now wants to level up in his new body and throw down with those gods for real. The story is all about battles, power-ups, and the hype of facing god-level foes while living a kinda normal school life. If you're into OP MCs who love a good fight and don't mind some gaudy drama, then this one is worth checking out. Next is Return of the First Generation. The strongest in history reincarnates as his descendant 1,000 years later. So, here is the one that had me hooked right away. Return of the First Generation. The strongest in the history reincarnates as his descendant 1,000 years later. It follows Gilfas El Dragon, the original head of his family and martial arts maniac who literally ate a divine fruit chasing immortality. Plot twist, it didn't work, and he dies, but 1,000 years later he's reborn into his own bloodline as Sieg El Dragon. But now, the world has shifted into a brutal law of the jungle society and Seg is ecstatic, but this time he can chase martial arts to the very end. The pacing is tight, fights feels real, and the stakes doesn't pull the punches. So, if you're craving intense battles and raw growth, this one is worth the binge. Return of the 8th class Magician. After being betrayed by his closest friend, also poisoned by the Emperor, Eon uses forbidden time magic for a second chance at life and revenge. Now a young boy again, can Eon rebuild his magic to take down the Emperor that destroyed him? Or is he doomed to repeat his fate? While the art pops and magic system intrigues, some may find the stoic protagonist and supporting cast lacking depth. However, if you are hooked by classic reincarnation revenge plots, this fast-paced manhwa will entertain you. Eon's ruthless path to retaliation will keep the pages turning. So, join the journey back in time to experience the high-stakes drama and fantasy action in Return of the 8th Class Magician. Legend of the Reincarnated Demon God. Eon Wunhui, the fierce young heavenly demon and hire of the demonly demon cult, meets his end in a brutal rebellion, but that isn't the final chapter. He wakes up in the body of Tang Wunhui of the powerful Sichuan Tang clan 9 Dragon branch. Now, with memories of his past life, he sets out to rebuild the heavenly demon cult and reclaim his legacy. This is one of the most OP manhwas I have read. Pure power fantasy with a dominant MC and plenty of intense action. If you are craving raw strength and revenge, this one is a solid pick. Moving on, we have Reincarnation of the Fist King. By the same creator of The Return of the Crazy Demon, this manhwa tells the story of Dan Wushung, a fierce fighter from the Mirim world who met a brutal end at the hands of a demonic faction, but fate isn't done with him yet. Dan Wushung awakens in the body of Yunha, the eldest son of a wealthy merchant family. Though his new life is full of riches, his heart burns with a vow: debts must be repaid, grudges must be settled. Armed with his past martial arts skills and newfound resources, Dan Wushung embarks on a relentless journey of vengeance and power. If you love tales of gritty martial arts, reincarnation, and a protagonist climbing back up with unmatched resolve and strength, Reincarnation of the Fist King is definitely one to check out.
Ygret follows the story of a powerful elementalist sage reborn as Judas, a bullied and shy young prince. With his elemental spirit companions, Judas enters an elite academy to reinvent himself. The soft-colored art beautifully captures Judas's kind nature and magical abilities. Readers will enjoy the wholesome friendships Judas forms after a lifetime of isolation. Ygret explores the message that it's never too late to build connections. Give this warm-hearted fantasy comic a try if you like underdog stories with sweet found family dynamics. Beyond its fun magic school premise, Ygret's ultimate appeal lies in its central theme that even great sages need good company. If you enjoy underdog success stories about outcasts thriving through human connection, don't miss this gem. Damn Reincarnation. Imagine mighty warrior Hamil sacrificing himself to protect rival Bermute Lionheart, making Bermute vow to vanquish the last Demon Kings. 300 years later, Hamil wakes up reincarnated, shocked to find the Demon Kings still live, and that he's been reborn as Eugene Lionheart, part of Bermute's bloodline. An unexpected twist. Now Eugene must reconnect with his past achievements, train hard, prove himself to be a true Lionheart, and finally eliminate those Demon Kings to finish Hamil's quest. The fresh premise twists reincarnation tropes executed with marvelous art, intense fights, and great characters. Likeable Eugene has brains for tricky dilemmas too. Rich world building sets the stage for an epic, continuing Hamil's unfinished journey. If you crave reincarnator manhwas with mind-bending originality, Damn Reincarnation delivers stunning visuals, complex lore, compelling characters, and non-stop thrills. It's the Reincarnation Manhwa that you've been waiting for. The Archmage returns after 4,000 years. We follow the formidable Archmage Lucas Stroman at the height of his sorcerer's glory before a vengeful god condemns him, slowly losing sanity over 4,000 years. Miraculously revived in the body of utterly talentless mage student Frey Blake, Lucas is shocked to find this mystical world stagnant and stripped of progress. Determined to rediscover his former power to get revenge and uncover meddling divine conspiracies, Lucas hustles to develop Frey's feeble magical abilities. With gorgeous art, intense action, and an overpowered protagonist on a stellar comeback crusade, this manhwa will leave you spellbound.
Number 1 on our list is the hugely popular The Beginning After the End. This gorgeous manhwa stands out with its highly detailed painterly art style and engrossing isekai fantasy plot. It follows King Grey, a powerful ruler reborn into a magical world. Armed with immense abilities and knowledge, he aims to correct his past life mistakes. What makes The Beginning After the End so binge-worthy is watching the complex Grey balances humanity with a burden of strength. With its expansive world-building, emotionally driven story, and epic fighting scenes, this manhwa is certified must-read. The slow updates are agonizing because you get sucked into this magic system and high-stakes narrative. If you are a new reader looking for your next obsession, put The Beginning After the End at the very top of your list. The art and characters will stay with you long after you catch up.